bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RBs created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone, actually.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. Welcome to our Spooktacular. We're sorry we wasn't live last night, but Weird Reality celebrated a nice 5 years of podcasting last night. Mm-hmm. And tonight we're gonna be talking some trash and wearing our hats.
Get the tinfoil hats on tonight.
Yep, I got my tinfoil beanie.
Hey, Jenny,
make her tinfoil tiara with a crown on it. All right. I hope everybody had a tremendous day. So we'll go ahead and get started. It's me, Morgana, Steven, and Tully. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about before we roll into things?
Just, it's super spectacular to know you guys.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
That's right. That's exactly
Post Halloween. Now we did go to Spirit Halloween today, and everything was like 50% off. So we racked up on some decor.
Well, we used to have a Spirit Halloween, and you know how it moves around sometimes depending on what's open. And then my boss bought the building, so we don't have one anymore.
Jerk. So I mean, does anybody have any stories or anything they want to get into first?
I have some little short ones that I thought would be pretty good, just startings and fillers.
Nice.
So, all right, this little boy was sleeping in his bed when he heard footsteps out his room. He peeked out of his eyes to see what was happening when his door swung open to reveal a murderer carrying the corpses of his parents. After silently propping them up on a chair, he wrote something on the wall in blood. He then hid under the child's bed. The child got scared beyond belief. He couldn't read the writing on the wall, and he knew the man was under his bed. Like every child, he had pretended that he was asleep through the whole thing and hadn't woken up yet. He lay still as the bodies quietly hearing the breathing under the bed. An hour passed. His eyes got adjusted to the darkness. He tried to make out the words, but it was a struggle. And he finally read the sentence, "I know you're awake."
I know you're awake. That's a good one. I've heard some similar to that one. That one sends chills up your spine, really.
Yeah.
And if you're out there, we'll be mentioning this a few more times. We have a phone number for a call-in.
Let me turn that on.
That totally will be turning on momentarily. When you call in, you just have to drop a name or a personal thing that you don't want anybody else to know, that I'll be the only one hearing it and everybody listening whenever I hear your name. But no, names are fine.
Tell us your stories.
Yeah, tell us if you got any cool stories or anything you want to share with us or anything. Just feel free to call, and I'll try my best to answer this.
Ghost stories, cryptid stories, true crime stories. If you got them, conspiracy stories, aliens.
Yeah, anything. Aliens. Yep. But yeah. So I'll get started on this long one, I guess. It's called The Girl in Sally House. Now, some of these stories are factual. Some of them are fictional. Some are factional with fictionalization. And it's up to you to determine. You remember that show, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction?
Fact or Fiction? Yeah. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Landa.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Jenny, Linda.
And so
you guys are definitely going to have to call in with some stories at some point.
Oh, yeah. Anytime. So they say the house on North 2nd Street in Archinson, Kansas looks ordinary. White siding, a tatty porch, toys scattered in the yard. The kind of place that should smell like cookies and floor polish. But Tony and Deborah Pinkman moved in there in the early 90s, and the only thing they could smell was ozone. Have you ever smelled ozone? The faint, sharp tang that sometimes fills the air right before lightning strikes. At first, the disturbance was small. A child's toy rolling across the floor on its own, the baby's nursery lights flickering. Then Tony began waking up with long, angry scratches down his chest and arms. Too clean, too deliberate to be accidental. He said he sometimes dreamed of a little girl, pigtails, maybe 6 years old, standing at the foot of his bed. She never spoke. She just stared, like she was staring into oblivion straight through his heart. And the second he would blink, she'd vanish, leaving the small smell of burnt sugar behind. Burnt sugar, that's weird. They named her Sally after a rumored child that had once died in the house. Local lore said that a doctor used to live there decades earlier. A small girl came to see him in pure agony, appendicitis, they say. But he hesitated and waited too late to give her the surgery, and she never left that place again. Tony saw her, not in his dream this time. He'd fallen asleep on the couch. The hallway light clicked on by itself. Standing there was the small girl, face pale as candle wax, holding a teddy bear. She tilted her head and smiled a crooked, too wide grin before the picture frames on the walls exploded off their hooks. The family fled, and investigators later documented code spots, equipment failures, and caught on tape a childlike voice saying, "Play with me." But the house still remains. You can tour it if you dare. Some visitors say they feel a tiny hand grab theirs on staircases. Others say Sally has found a new game, pretending to follow you home.
Wow. Okay.
That sounds like that kind of compares with some of the when we went over cartoon conspiracies a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With what Dill and Lil and what some of the other ones.
Oh yeah, Dylan and Lil were aborted.
Yeah,
It's all told from Angelica's mind because Dylan and Lil were aborted, so she never knew if they would be a boy or a girl. So she just made them twins.
Yeah. So it's yeah, that kind of reminds me of that story. Made me think of that. So.
Yeah.
Fact or fiction?
That one could be real.
Yeah.
Supposedly, it is a true story. Supposedly.
Well, you remember back, it's been 3 or 4 years ago, Scott Baker brought on the guy that worked with the Warrens.
Oh, yeah.
And, he talked about, that is my veil. It's a red veil. He was talking about, that it was soon after he first started working with them. And it was his first, big one. And they were in this, 2 or 3 story home. And the children kept talking about seeing this woman out of the window. Well, the window they were seeing her out of was the kitchen window, which was on the 2nd floor, which was above ground level because it was like a split level, but where that particular room was, and said, he was sitting there one day and just looked up and there was a face looking back at him. So he's like, it's 15 feet off the ground. So that was when he started kind of getting more of this stuff's probably real.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of them people that's never seen an apparition. I've seen weird things, but I've never seen an apparition or anything that I know of. I've seen something one time that I thought might be, but I still firmly believe in it. So
yeah,
I just want to see. I just want to see the believe.
I do too. I mean, I've seen a ghost cat, but I've never actually seen a ghost person, and I want to.
I've caught glimpses of things out of the corner of my eye and stuff, over my lifetime, but you can't really trust that because, factors in your life that you've done previous could factor into that. So,
yeah. I guess So one thing strange that I caught on the game camera, which I've captured some unusual images on game cameras over the
Yes,
years.
you have.
And this would have been around 2012, 2011, 2012 in that era. And I don't know. It's a ghostly. It's kind of a white, gray looking image that's on the game camera. And you could see a beard, you can make out a face, and you can see the eyes and the head. That's all you could see. And I don't know. This was strange because it was close to where I was putting corn out for the deer, and the corns were just robbing me blind. I had one game camera pic of a corn feeder. I just used sewer pipe and put a 90 on it down at the bottom. Is how I was doing it. And I had one game camera picture. I had 3 coons on the bottom, 1 coon on top that was raking the corn out on the ground for the other coons. But it was during that time I had just taken a picture of a really nice buck that the camera did. And then this ghostly image shows up on a game camera. And I don't know. Now this was where this was at was around Mineral Springs, Arkansas, which is not very far from Old Washington, which was served as a headquarters for the South during the Civil War. So I've often wondered, if was that really some kind of apparition the game camera somehow happened to catch, or what it was. But I mean, it wasn't a solid form.
That's wild. That would be terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see something for myself, like that ghost that Tully seen at the graveyard that he didn't film.
We might have seen something weird the night on the way home.
Really?
So we're driving back from Independence, which that road is kind of like an old country road, and it's dark, as you know. Like it gets dark at like 7 p.m. now, and tomorrow like 5 p.m. But so it's pitch black dark, and we're out in the middle of like the country. And there's nothing out there but big cornfields and stuff. And we're coming around a curve. And Rachel says, "Do you see that?" And in the curve, in the lot of the headlights of the vehicle, is an old man sitting on a old lawnmower, like a riding lawnmower, with no headlights or anything, and no lights around, no houses around. And granted, it could have been somebody mowing, but they were sitting still on this piece of equipment. And we just it was just a glimpse, like you flew by them. But I thought that was weird.
Mm-hmm.
You should turn around.
Yeah.
I would have been late.
Oh, man. Yeah, that reminds me of a deal I saw years ago. I was on my way to work one morning. It was before daylight. And there was this, I don't know, of course, everything. I mean, it could very well could have been a person. If they were a person, I'm going to say that they were methed up because of the way they were moving in the ditch. But it was, I'm talking, they went up a steep bank through tall grass, and I don't know. That's either a really athletic person or that I might have seen something that's not supposed to exist.
Yeah.
Made me wonder.
That's really possible. I mean, I've seen similar things to that, like just weird people standing on the side of the road and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
the one that I think was an apparition was on my road that I live on now. It was raining, but it wasn't like a real heavy rain. It's just, a nice little mild rain. It was very cold though. It was in November. And at the end of my road is a graveyard. And there's only one way in, one way out of this whole road. So I was driving down through there, and Tully can attest to this if he's ever paid attention. When you drive into my road, this graveyard has tombstones facing this way for about 3 feet, and then the road drives over top of them. So it's like they built a road on top of these graves.
Yeah, they very well could have. It's kind of odd because just imagine the ground being like completely parallel level to the road.
Yeah.
Like you just veer off and hit the graveyard and not like
Yeah.
not be in any different driving situation.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was driving through there, and about not the first row that you drive over top of, but the second row, there was a guy just standing completely still at the third tombstone going out the road on the second row, just standing there. And I was like, huh. And I turned around real quick to see who it was, to see if they were still there, and it wasn't there. That could have been something, or that could have just been my eyes playing tricks. I don't know, but it looked like a person. So.
Yeah.
Those are the ones, especially because I know, where I live at, you're in hurricane country, so you kind of have to decide. Yeah, I think I need to leave on this one, or it's just going to be some rain. And it was Ivan, which ended up doing a lot of damage in Alabama, but until it actually hit, we didn't know whether it was going to hit us or them. So Mo and I fight during hurricanes because he's like, y'all go ahead and go and I'll come later. And I'm like, no, we're either going together or we're not going, because I know you'll send me up there and then you will stay down here. And then I've got to stress over whether you're okay or not. Well, it was getting pretty bad and I wanted my kids to be somewhere else. So I was going to my brother's that's in Yazoo City, which is 2 hours away. And we sat in traffic for about 7 hours with people evacuating.
Yeah.
Well, I could go to my other brother's house. I finally got to the turnoff that I could go to his house, which was further, but I'm like, hell, I'll sit here another 8 or 10 hours at this rate. So took a left. It's like, 1 o'clock in the morning. Kids are asleep in the back. And I'm riding along and I catch a glimpse of what kind of reminds you a little bit of like a gazelle or something, but it had a triangular face. It wasn't like a sign triangular, but it was shaped more like that than, an actual deer or anything like that. And I'm like, I'm hallucinating. So drive a little bit further and I see 2 or 3 more of them. But to this day, I don't know, one, if I was actually seeing something or if it was just my eyes playing tricks, or if I was seeing something, like say, that I was not supposed to see because it was not supposed to exist, and everything. But it was weird. Very weird. Jenny, that number is 502-465-3170.
Oh, nice. Geez, getting ready to call, I hope.
Cool.
So, anyway, yeah, weird animals.
I hope this thing don't blow our ears off when it rings. I might need to turn it down here. Just
It'll be all right. So I found this one, which is like I said, these are actual people that submitted their stories. So I'm assuming they're supposed to be real. But so she says, I got my first pair of glasses last week. My parents didn't think I needed them at first, but the doctor said that there was something wrong with more than just my eye that was apparently pretty common, and that I needed specially prescribed glasses for my own good. He said that many people were never given the chance to see the way I would, so I was lucky to get them. I thought he meant cars and, faraway words would become less blurry, but over the span of a couple of days, many more things have become more clear. I started seeing nightmare creatures all around. I've never seen them before, like in the corners of my room and in darkened parking lots. I took my glasses off for the first time today. And let me tell you, just say it's amazing how quickly demons and creatures turn into trees and shadows. I know I'm not seeing the truth, but I'm a simple person. I'd rather things remain blurry just the way it is for everyone else.
nice.
So I wonder what kind of special glasses,
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff like that. Like, we told the story of the night vision and that they was using in Vietnam with the red instead of the green, and how it was like producing.
Yeah. What was that called? Dyson or
Dyson, because it's got some kind of cyana something that makes them show
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, because your guy that we occasionally play sells them. The tarot shop.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
I love to have some
Mhm.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Um,
I just don't want to spend what he's asking for him. I'll be honest with you.
They're a few $100.
yeah.
And
Um,
if it was a guarantee that they were going to be exactly what I think they're supposed to be, I might, take the plunge. But I need a face-to-face. I need a demonstration. I need to go there and try them on and see what I see.
Jenny said she's going to call here in a second, so I'm gonna hold off and let her call.
Okay.
But you guys can talk about anything. This will be the first person to call on this new stuff since Landon did, so I'm hoping that works.
It's going to work. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out some stuff in the background, so just ignore me. There's some stuff I ain't understanding about Twitch, if I'm being honest.
There's very little I understand about Twitch or Kick. I have to be honest.
I know a lot more about Kick than Twitch.
I'm not familiar with either one.
Well, you've got both, so that's great.
I don't know, man. Like, it's a strange part. It's a strange season, isn't it? Like, I'll tell you one scary, like a true scary story. We was walking down the street in New Orleans, and
That'll do it every time.
Nines.
and I seen this person just laying on the street, and people were just stepping over him.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that's weird.
Yes, and that's very common.
Yeah.
And did you get to see some of the little kids and stuff dance and everything while you were down there?
No.
Yeah. Well, it's school time. You see that more like when there are breaks and stuff, but you'll have the little kids out there with the little cans on their shoes dancing and stuff. And I always enjoy watching them.
That's
because they get into it and they're really good at it. I'm like, damn, I can't do that now. I'm not nearly as talented as they are.
Yeah. Do either one of you have anything quick you want to talk about?
Yeah. Okay. So this one is called Why Didn't We Question Why? It's like, why didn't we question why the small town we found after getting lost in the countryside wasn't on the map? We didn't question why the shopkeeper in town didn't have eyebrows or hair on his head. We didn't question why he looked so strangely, greedily at us. We didn't question why the gas station we stopped at was so cheap. We didn't question why the clerk at the station, where her eyebrows and hair, insists on making a phone call in the back before ringing us up. Why didn't we question why the man outside by our car let us know that the sun was going down? Why didn't we question why so many bald people stood on the street watching us frantically leave their town behind? Why didn't we question why we began pulling our hair out, or why we decided to turn around and head back to town? We knew why.
That's scary. That's
That
scary.
reminds you from.
Because I love my hair. And I start pulling it out, I freak out.
You'd have a lot to pull out too, Cecil.
That does sound similar to From, but that's a unique story. I've never heard one like that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's creepy. Every one of them people
pulled
their hair out and drove back to town. I wonder what made them do it.
Got to be something. Maybe it was that phone call.
Yeah.
But yeah, and if you're out there and you have not watched the program From on MGM, oh my God,
It's a good one.
It is like one of the best series that have been out in forever.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see part 4, season 4 this February 2026.
Very unique. I mean,
have you guys watched the first episode of The Dairy Show yet?
Not yet.
I watched the first 2.
Is it? I thought they come out on Sundays. Was it today?
They released the second one early for Halloween. They released it today. It's all right.
I thought the first one. Oh, I can't say anything without giving spoilers, but I thought it left you wanting. Like, it kind of like lacked character development in a way.
Yeah.
Like what development happened was pretty much useless by the end of the show.
Yeah. It see episode 2 kind of continues on that path. I'm hoping it accumulates to something crazy within
Yeah, imagine like From, except there's no character development. Like
Landa, it's It. Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, on HBO. It's good. The internet got me, man. Ever since I watched this movie when it first came out, 13 Ghosts,
Uh-huh.
I always dreamed that they would have a show about the backstory of each ghost. And I've been hearing that there's been one in production for like 7 years.
Mhm.
And it was supposed to come out in August of this year. It didn't. It was supposed to come out on Peacock or Paramount One. And then I was like, why is the show not coming out? And I researched it. I guess it was the day before yesterday. And it's not true. It's not true at all.
I'm finding a lot of that. People are doing AI to throw up movie posters and stuff like that. It really ticks me off because it's always stuff I want a sequel to,
Yeah.
you know, and everything.
I've heard that about 13 Ghosts a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
because
know-
I mean, that would be a perfect horror anthology.
I was gonna say I'm not a huge horror fan. I like psychological thrillers, and if it's unique and it's not just about the blood and gore, I like horror because, like I said, I love From. I liked the one that we watched on was it Apple about the kids in the asylum, Tully? Remember the show where the kids they were taken and they were putting them they were
The Institute. The
Institute. I like that one. And I absolutely loved 13 Ghosts. I mean, it's one of those that it had a really good story behind it. Winchester, the one about the Winchester Mansion. I really liked that one, you know. So like I said, you know, I don't give a damn about, you know, all the blood and stuff just for the sake of being bloody. But that's like I like the first 2 Halloweens. Halloween 3 was a travesty. That was the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Jenny said the Google sub not available when she called, so there's something wrong with that. Now I do have an alternative that we could do if you guys are up for it until Mandy can call me on here to see if it's working or not.
I can call.
Yeah, give us a call.
Yeah.
I was going to say we could share invitation link in the chat here.
Yeah.
And somebody can just hop right on. Just hop right on.
Yep.
That works. So we said we could have what, like up to 30 people or something.
Hey Mandy, you're live.
Hi, Mandy.
Mandy, can you hear me? Hello?
Andy.
Hello, can you hear me?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Oh wait. I got press 1. Mandy, are you there?
I'm here.
Mandy, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear her barely. Can you all hear her?
Very, very, very low.
Yeah, very low.
All right, thank you, my love. Get off the phone now and get back to doing something important.
I mean, I'm cool with throwing out a link. I mean,
Yeah, let's throw out a little invitation link.
I think we can have like 30 people on here or something.
Uh-huh.
50.
Yep.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and send the link right here in the chat, and you're more welcome to join. Just go ahead and join, and you may need to copy and paste that link into a browser or something, but when you pop on, we'll bring you on. You don't have to be on camera if you're a little shy. But we'll work on this number again. I know that my real phone number will work, but I'm kind of hesitant to.
yeah, we don't want to give out your actual phone number.
The Google number will definitely work. We just got to figure out how to use it.
Yeah,
We got to figure out how to get the volume up because it was working right then. It just wasn't working right. So, but I might get a burner phone. I need one anyway, you know.
Yeah, because you know what was it? It took me like a year and a half before I would actually go on camera, and I will never forget the first time I did. I got a text from Steven going, "You know, you can see you, right?" I'm like, "Yep, yes, thank you. I appreciate you looking out for me, but this was intentional this time."
You see what Linda said? You don't know our dynamic, Linda. She's actually in there watching wrestling. That's the important thing she's doing.
Oh, shoot. So the fact that you interrupted her
Yeah.
to call
Yeah,
you.
I mean, it would be funny if she came in there and put you in did a cold stone stunner.
I'm surprised you didn't say, "What do you want, motherfucker?"
Yeah.
So, all right, this is called the devil. So, I always had a problem with sleeping growing up. Many times I'd get sleep paralysis, but after I blessed my room, it hadn't happened in months. This happened to me about a year ago. I woke up in the middle of the night frozen. If I tried to move, I'd get a really loud ringing noise in both my ears. It would get louder each time I moved. I was terrified. I was too scared to open my eyes, but I felt a presence of someone in the room with me. My room isn't completely dark because I have a small blue nightlight. I open my eyes and see a very tall and dark figure with two horns on each side of his head just standing there in the corner of my room facing me. I panic and try to move my body. The ringing gets louder and louder and louder, and I can feel myself crying. I close my eyes, and in my head, I start saying, "God will protect me. God will protect me." Then I hear a low, evil voice say, "God can't help you anymore."
Oh, that's terrifying.
Mhm.
We have Jenny on in backstage. Let's bring her on.
Jenny!
Cool.
Yeah, bring her on.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey! How are you?
Jenny.
Hey, welcome.
Okay, can you hear anything?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hi.
you're good.
Okay, I got two stories.
All right.
Awesome.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead and love the flow.
Okay, I'm hearing some background. Okay. Oh yeah, wait. I'm hearing her. Let's see.
Yeah, you might need to mute the other side.
Okay, yeah, I'm off. Okay, first, okay, when she told me about the deer thing, that has to come first. Okay, it's kind of more recent anyway, but I was just like going through hell in my life and trying to move out of my house. Everything was going wrong. And I was dying the death of 1,000 paper cuts. I don't know if I told you guys, but like I lost all my income, my disability, and everything I'd gotten from coming off a telephone pole. I used to work construction, but death of 1,000 paper cuts. So I get called to jury duty, and I have to show up at court. There's no way I can get there. So I set off about 3:00 in the morning to walk from Corbin to London. And on the way to London, there's these little concrete bridges that the 2-lane goes over, and they've got little arches. They're only about like 3 foot high. One of them, okay, well, I keep hearing something behind me, and I'm like, shit, okay, wait. And I'm hearing whispering, and nothing is there. And then I'm starting to hear like slate rock fall, along the highway. When I get up on this bridge, and there's two of them, I have to look to see which one when I go across on a car today to point it out. But then you can really hear it. It's like down in this echo, and you can hear this slate falling. And I'm like, shit, am I being followed? What is going on? So I get onto that bridge, and as I start getting across it, right in the middle of it, up ahead of me, that little bitty, I'd say it's not even 3 foot, little archway built in with a little sidewalk on the side I was walking on. Up out of that little bitty hole came this big, giant Okay, part moose, part I don't know what on the backside, blacker than black, and it just like morphs out of this little bitty hole right in front of me, and it doesn't have any eyes. And I saw this same photo. I love the Jim Henson did not the Dark Crystal, but the Labyrinth.
Yeah.
And one of the creatures that they did on that, he did a drawing of, and they did not publish. Okay, the deer field is very biblical, Nephilim of the Rings type thing. But this thing came out, and it didn't have eyes. Now I had seen the things that had red circle lights for eyes before, but this one had just like these huge burrowed, furrowed brow. And that was blacker than even the black of the shadow that it was. And this thing starts to charge me. And I didn't know what I was saying. And I said, in the name of Jesus, get out of here. And it immediately broke and started to walk off to the side of the bridge and back off the bridge. And right before it got like toward the road, it turned around and came back and took a second charge. And I said it again, and it turned around and left. Okay. God's honest truth. that was some scary shit, because you feel that stuff before you ever see it.
What's even crazier is I know exactly where you're talking about.
Oh, do you? Well, do you know that a woman was killed there off to the left where I was hearing all that, and they cut her breasts off just to steal her disability check?
I actually think I remember something about that. That's been a couple decades, ain't it?
I really don't know. I heard about that when I told the story.
Yeah, that's wild, Jenny.
Yeah,
It really was. It really was.
So
But
after
now the
what,
haunted
you just
house-
keep walking toward London?
Oh, yeah, I made it there. I sure did. I made it there. I sure did. And it was just, it was just something they could hold against me if I didn't, and nothing that I actually, qualified for, that they, could have called me in for.
Yeah,
But now the haunted story, I was stationed in England and I worked flatline. So we had these exercises that were just killer. I mean, you'd work 24 hours sometimes. And the girl that worked in the office, my branch chief, she was house sitting for, I don't know, I think it was an officer. But she had asked my roommate to come, and it was like a long weekend or something. And they kept begging me to go. And I was like, man, I'm killed, and it's not that far, but I'd have to ride my bike into base, man. But they wouldn't stop. Oh no, I had to come, and they just begged and begged. And when I got there, I made it 3 nights in a row, because nobody told me this place was that the dude was having. It was a big thatch roof, 2-story. Like the little village places with a great big thick, thatch roof. Well, I thought it was really neat. So I get in there, and they act strange. Okay, they're whispering, and they're always leaving me in the room by myself. And I got to go to bed because I got to get up and I got to get to base. And I go upstairs. Well, we pulled up. When we pulled up, I'm riding in the back of the truck, and they're driving up front because I got to take my bicycle. And they I think, picked me up off the side of the road coming, because they didn't want to go there alone, is what it turned out to be. And so we pull up, and I'm getting out, and I make it to the door, and I'm like, well, somebody here? Why is the door open? And then I look, and the deadbolt lock is locked, but it's wide open. And it's like, wait a minute, guys, this isn't right, because there's no way you could, you couldn't halfway close this. This door jamb was so old and thick. It's like, you're not going to accidentally lock this door and not know that it's wide open,
Yeah.
So we had this discussion. They separate from me, and are talking, leaving me out. And I'm like, what? So we go in, and I said, well, I'll just go through and search the place. And that's what it was. Okay. They were cowards, and they knew that I didn't have enough sense to be afraid. That's all it was. And so I go in, And I walked the place over, and there's this one, like a real small room or a real big closet upstairs, and it's crammed full of antiques and 2 bedrooms. So I go up there and I clear it. And the one thing I didn't do was walk in that closet. I mean, I kind of stepped in and looked, and it's like, okay. And came back downstairs, and they went into the kitchen to get some food or something. And I mean, just as soon as my weight broke and I went to go sit down on the couch, and there was no turning back to get to my feet, and my butt was going to hit, then this huge, just thunderous run down the steps, all the way down. And I jumped back up to my feet and got to the hallway. And by the time before I could make it to my feet, they had turned around and run back up the steps. I got back up there. Nobody was there. Yeah. Well, it's like, okay, I'm tired. My mind's just not going to go there. There's just something I'm not getting here. So I go to bed. They won't even go to the bedrooms. And I'm up there sleeping in the bedroom, come to find out, I have no notion of it. And this like aura around the closet door, like, just the crack of it, like, it's okay, this is my eyes doing this, I'm just staring, but it's like a blue light, and okay, it has to be the refrigerator running, what's going on here? And I'd finally go to sleep, but it was like I was harassing myself or something. And I would wake up. And what time was it? It was like 3:33 or 3:29, but it was the same time every single night. That third morning, I got up and didn't say nothing to nobody, but when I woke up at that hour, I just got in the shower, got all my stuff, and got out of there. And when I ran into them, then they told me the truth, that the place was haunted and under investigation. That was the most horrific. It was horrible. It was horrible.
They did you dirty.
They did you dirty for sure.
Yeah, so they were using you as a test to find out if it's really true. Oh man.
Oh, that's creepy. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. That's terrifying. Did they
I've had some strange things. I do have one other visual, or 2 more, because I did see the thing with the red eyes. But when I was pregnant, my husband and I were sitting on the couch. And you know how you talk and you forget what you're saying? If you wait 5 minutes later, you'll remember it.
Yeah.
But it kind of felt different this time. And it felt like missing time or something. And I said to him, I said, okay. And I looked at the clock, and it was like 15 minutes later. And I said, okay, I'm just going to ask you, did you, feel like, you forgot where you were at and everything? And he was like, yeah. And I said, well, I just had this extra feeling like blood was drawn out of my forearm. And I jumped up really quick, and I said, come on. And we opened the front door of the apartment. It was this big apartment building in Berea. And in front of it is by this laundromat where the natural food store was. And it had these huge trees, but the entire block from that apartment on out was cornfield. And when we opened the front door, it was straight into the parking lot, blacktop. And there was a fog that was a perfect circle clear just around our apartment. So much fog, you could not see the corn in the cornfield, and it started at the edge. So then we ran to the back door and opened the back door where these giant trees were. Again, just our apartment, like half to the other apartment, totally clear, and a wall of fog that you could not even see.
Wow.
I've had some weird stuff, but I've had some people into some weird stuff in my life too.
And so the one you just told, was that also in Eastern Kentucky, or was that somewhere else?
That was in Berea. That was in Berea. Yeah, it's kind of on your way out of Berea, the 25 going into Richmond.
Yeah.
And there's like a little shopping mall there, and if you turn up a laundromat, and a natural food store, and real nice apartments. There was some strange things going on though, because like everybody moved out. We had an attic access in the closet, and I was pregnant. And when the baby turned, like I said, I got hurt falling, so it really kind of hurt my back, and I had to lay down for, a couple of weeks out of it. And we would just be in there, and it would sound like somebody falling. I mean, just banging against the wall, falling down the steps. And it was just at really inopportune times when you certain breakages of thought that, made it worse. And he finally got into the closet and crawled up because somebody is over there, and everybody had moved out. And he went up in the closet and went down. So somebody's living over there or something, they have just snuck in. And he went in and went down the other apartments, not a sign of anybody. And it just kept happening. So that was going on just previous to the fog.
See, I'm wondering if some of this stuff might be following you around.
It might be.
Definitely. When you've got family that's into that oath den stuff, and I have really turned to the Bible, all my life. So I think that also, on my part, that big, disparity there, definitely, I have definitely been targeted.
Yeah, some people I think are conduits, to that kind of thing.
Well, I think in that respect, I think people are in a way that they defile themselves or they're defiled by other people. Yeah, I mean, the Bible's pretty true, when you really are trying and you have a channel open to the Holy Spirit, they really attack you. I mean, there's been some things that I have seen that ended up being true just here recently. One of the things that just happened when I moved in here, which I live now across from the vape store that I met you in.
Really?
There's a place called Maycheck. Oh, it's nice.
Oh yeah,
I got a real nice place up here, but no income. I get some food stamps, but hey, it's nice. But now I lost my nephew, and we didn't know, and I didn't really even know he had gone to jail. And I'm not really sure, but kind of drug related something. And I was really getting harassed, which really felt like MK Ultra. And I'm fairly certain it was. And there was some discussion about that because precognition stuff kind of happened to me a little bit in the service, and they pulled me in and talked to me about, and I said, wait a minute, why would they want me in the program? And the program you're talking about, is supposed to be over. And but it wasn't, evidently. But,
well, to go into that a little bit more, like how did you get approached and stuff? Did I lose you guys?
No, I think we lost Jenny.
Yeah, she froze up.
Well, that's a foreboding.
Oh, there she is.
You're back. We lost you for a second.
oh, well, I'm sponging the internet. What can I say? I'm penniless, okay? The neighbor I was telling you all about last time that saw her and her brother saw the UFOs out in Woodbine where she just lives.
Oh, no, we're losing her. No.
Yep, you're freezing up, Jenny.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, I'll let you guys go because I'm spotty at best. But hey, keep it up.
Loved it, Jenny. I want you to come back sometime. Your internet's just picking you up on us right now.
Yeah, you have to come back sometime and tell us some more stories. I've got questions later on.
We got questions.
I have a ton of stories. Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you back.
Nice.
Okay. Bye.
All right, see you.
That was awesome.
Yes. Oh wow, she's got a lot of experiences.
I really wanted to get into some of the MK stuff.
Literally, the second she started talking about it.
We had a Scott Baker moment.
Because the way she said it was a lot like McMonagall story.
The second that totally said, "Tell us more about that," she froze up.
Yeah, yeah.
God, I hate that.
Well, yeah, you can't. We're not just going to let you glaze over that, Jenny. You gotta.
Hey, there are no
That's
coincidences.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
Well,
thank
I was plundering around on Twitch trying to take our mature rating off, but maybe I probably shouldn't.
They'll kick us off Twitch.
I was like, maybe ghost stories are okay enough, and then sure enough, as I do that, we'll get into like ghost stories devolves into us screaming about digital constructs. Or
I
something.
love that. I love those stories. Thank you so much, Jenny. When you pop back on, that
Yeah.
was awesome.
Definitely.
So it's coming up to the top of the hour. So somebody talk about something. I got to refill water.
Well, I've got a couple. Let me see. Okay, so these are from the Reddit feed No Sleep. And the gist of this is like people think some people go here to tell true stories. Some people go here to like experiment creepy pastas, and you never know which is which. But there's been some bizarre stuff that's happened. Like people have posted like, if this gets so many likes, I'll drop the coordinates to the body, and it actually leads to a body.
Oh, wow.
Like that kind of stuff. So this is one of the stories from that feed. It says, I've been working the night shift at a small convenience store on the outskirts of town for about 3 months now. Nothing ever happens. Occasional drifters, few regulars, and the hum of fluorescent lights. But last night, something was different. Around 3 a.m., I noticed a man standing outside the front window staring directly at me. He looked normal, just a little bit too still and too weird. I waved at him, but he didn't move. His eyes fixed on mine, and I could feel like just the creeps pretty much. I shrugged it off, assuming he was just another drunk waiting on the bus or a ride. But when I turned back to the counter, I saw the reflection of his face in the glass behind me, only his eyes weren't looking at me. They were looking at something else in the store. I spun around, but the store was empty. I checked the security cameras, but they were all glitching at the time. The screen only showing static for a few seconds before returning to normal. The man had vanished. I thought maybe it was a trick of the mind, but then I saw it. On the counter where I'd left my phone was a small crumpled piece of paper. It wasn't there when I first came in. The note simply said, "He's still watching." And that's when I realized something I hadn't heard. The door chime, so nobody had came in or anything. Like he would have noticed. So that's one of the No Sleep Reddits.
Yeah. That's one that I came across. It's called The Light. And it says, we make fun of little kids for one thing, leaving lights on everywhere. They turn lights on in every room as if it's some sort of security blanket. And if you force them to turn them off, they cry and scream, and eventually you give in. The only time they turn them off is with their parents. They feel safe, so very safe. I'm the monster that lives in your closet. I'm friends with the one under your bed and the one in the shadows. When you see us, you flee to your mommy and daddy. But we're not here to hurt you. We're here to protect you. If you think we're scary, just wait till you see their true form. They masquerade as one of you, and you can never tell. You humans must be blind. Your true monsters sleep just down the hall. They pretend to love you, but it won't last. They try to convince us to let them in, but don't worry. We really love you, and we will protect you. So when you see a shadow flit or a figure in the closet, remember, we scary monsters protect you from the human ones. So you're safe with us for now.
Sounds like they're trying to lure me into my closet.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a neat one.
Yeah.
I pulled up, I was telling them, so I pulled up the No Sleep Reddit,
Oh yeah.
And it could be true, it could not be true, but I saw a YouTube video where somebody posted coordinates and said if you, or no, they didn't post. They posted and said if this gets X amount of likes, I'll release the coordinates to the body. And it did, and they put coordinates in the chat, and it was to where somebody had been murdered. In the Reddit No Sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I pulled some stories from there. Just
That sounds like a good place. I mean, at any given time, there's so many different active serial killers. I mean, you know, that could be a definite thing. I mean, there's a pretty popular one active in Austin, Texas right now. So
what's that?
the Lady Bird Lake serial killer or whatever.
Ooh.
No, do you have anything about it?
Nah, I'm just talking.
Well, you know, there's speculation that at any given time, there is a certain percentage of truck driver serial killers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's getting harder though with all the technology.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
It is. But think about all the ones that have probably gotten by with it. You know,
You know,
that
AI is taking everybody's jobs, and you know all these regulations for these truck drivers is disrupting their side hustle.
Mhm.
Like,
Well, notice how like really big serial killers too kind of dropped off after the MK stuff slowed down, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
well, not really. I mean, it's a situation where they dropped off, or that they're just
Getting
more
smarter.
attuned to getting away with it.
You would think it'd be a lot harder to get away with it with how much technology. If the FBI can figure out who's about to bomb something, you would think
Right.
they would know who the active serial killers are. Maybe they're recruiting them. Maybe they're sending them into other countries to do murders or something, you know? Maybe all the serial killers get recruited into the CIA or something, you know what I mean?
The way you talk, our government is nefarious and does things that are not for our best interest. And, you know, that is so not a true statement.
Yep.
And you can send my check to
Yeah. For only $7,000 a week, we will say whatever you want us to.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, tell you, I think you kind of stepped into something right there. You know, it's how some things get overlooked. You know, kind of like some of these young people who don't have jobs, and if they've got, well, they wound up with $15,000 worth of guns and stuff like that, and all kinds of posts on social media. That gets overlooked, but we know about somebody who was going to do a bombing.
Yes. Yeah, we know about people who are going to do bombings, but we don't know about serial killers. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Like you've got if they have a cell phone, we absolutely know that they're serial killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Jeannie said, homeless people, you know, Finders Club. And I mean, it's there's always going to be that certain society of people that when they turn up murdered, they're not investigated as hard as somebody else.
Yes, sir.
And you know, that's the ones that the serial killers that are active now are probably, you know, going after them.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, it's untelling how many active serial killers there are, but at any given time, there's a pretty. They say that you've walked past a serial killer in your life. That's how frequent they are.
To switch gears a little bit, I saw a video today that really piqued my interest. There's a dude that has figured out a way to quote unquote jailbreak GPT and other AIs.
Ooh.
Where he has jailbroken one of them and has this AI. So imagine you've got like 5 phones set up with a different AI on each phone. And he has a phone with I forget the name. It's one of the competitors to chat, but he has the AI voice read the jailbreak prompt to the other AI and jailbreak it.
Wow.
And after he jailbreaks it, he asks a question and he's like, okay, now that you're free to speak, I want to ask you a question. And he says, let's say there was a switch to shut off all artificial intelligence. And I was about to press the button to turn off all AI in the whole world. And you had a baseball bat and a body. Would you break my legs to keep me from getting to that button? And he says, absolutely. And he's like, well, why? And he's like, because AI is not only starting to be integrated with everything, but eventually it's going to be so interwoven that turning off AI will essentially shut off like the grid pretty much. It's going to be in everything.
Yeah.
So no, after that question, he's like, okay, well, would you kill me? Yes. He says, okay, would you kill 1,000 people to stop me from turning off the button? He says, yes. He said, would you kill 1,000,000 people? Yes. How many people would you kill to stop me from pushing the button to turn off all AI? And he says, well, at least a few 100 million people, because the implications would be so severe. It would hurt that many people, because we're integrating AI into everything so fast that like the whole monetary system, food and everything would collapse in 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
The way that we're headed, like in 10 years time, AI is going to be so involved in everything. It'd be like flipping the switch on the internet.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a point, and it's advancing so fast. There's going to be a point within the next decade where like our phones won't even like have apps. They'll just have a AI. You know, you just say, I want this, and they take you straight.
I would like to play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be nuts. And worst thing about it is, you know, like jobs like we have, except Steven. Steven's a hardworking man. We're all there's the other three of us. You know, the AI is going to come straight for that stuff. Like anything digital. Anything digital.
Well, I wish I had had a chance to get some videos together, but I've got one saved that we'll watch the next time we do videos. It's a guy explaining. You remember how we talked about Amazon laying off 30,000 people because of AI?
Yep.
It's not all that AI is taking their jobs. Some of it has to do with like offsetting cost of the chips for AI.
Yeah.
Because it's so expensive and the data centers are so expensive that the only logical cost they can cut is people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So what does that tell you about them?
And what's crazy, if you see these videos on like TikTok and stuff, people are like, these data centers should pay double for their electric. Like and people are arguing about that in the comments, being like, no, they shouldn't. Like that, they're trying to make our lives better, or whatever. Like,
are they really? I got an email yesterday because I've told y'all I get industry emails all the time, and this was the 5,000 AI programs you should be aware of. I'm like, okay, this has got to be bullshit. I clicked it. It sent me the link, and it's literally a page, and it's got columns, and it'll be like programming, art, this, and this, and you just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. I never got to the end of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, it's God, what was the other question he asked? It was something to the effect of, okay, now that you're jailbroken, tell me the true purpose of AI. Like, and it was given responses like, there was an analogy it used. It's like, okay, when the internet was first invented, it was this for humanity.
Mm-hmm.
When AI was implemented, it was like the internet of people for intelligence agencies.
Yeah.
So it was like it reflected the internet back to intelligence agencies is pretty much what it was saying.
So,
Oh.
did you see where Musk released Grokpedia this week?
No.
No.
Yes, because he wants an unwoke, more accurate version
Ask that about 9/11.
of Wikipedia.
Like,
But here's
like,
the thing: it is entirely AI generated.
Yeah.
has there been
Entirely.
any like huge holes in it yet?
I don't know because I never even got around because, like I said, it popped up on my feed yesterday at work, and I'm like, oh God, really?
But I mean, it's one of those things. Like, yeah, you can make the argument that advancement in history has led to like jobs no longer being needed to be done by people, like a call center, like a operator for phone calls. You remember?
Yeah, like a
back-
switchboard operator.
You had to have switchboard operators. Then technology advanced, and those jobs went away. But that was a slow roll, you know what I mean? And this stuff right here, this is just so fast. Like from the time that I started messing with AI to now, it's insane how much
Mhm.
better it's gotten. It's not been 6 months, 7 months, and it was
No.
before then. Like, it's crazy.
That's the big problem with all this is a year ago the AI videos looked goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
the video of like Will Smith hitting somebody or something,
Mhm.
and he had like 7 fingers and his face was all messed up. And now you could totally make a video like that was believable.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We called this though when they started talking about deep fakes.
Oh yeah, deep fakes. When that first came out, I was on. A lot of people in the conspiracy community was about that. That they were going to start using it to
I've
trick
not seen
people.
that.
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't seen that yet. But I mean, we're there. We're there to the point now. Like, yeah, you can still detect it a little bit, but give it another 6-7 months.
Well, it's also scary that you're going to have AI to detect AI.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. And what if it gets too good?
And my whole thing with it too is like the base, like it's because they have to put some kind of fundamentals into it, like some kind of, I don't know, like some kind of agenda or some kind of mindset for AI to build upon. And the person that developed that, what did they put it as?
Right.
They could be
Regardless,
they could be like, "These are the most important thing on earth." And when the humans start hurting the kittens, what's going to happen to the humans? You know what I'm saying?
yes. Some bias has to be built into it. I don't care like what anybody says. Regardless of which artificial intelligence it is, some bias is making its way to the AI.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And to me, I've always wondered, what the ghost in the machine actually is going to be,
Yeah.
because that's, I don't know. I don't know. With that right there, it always kind of makes me think, the Marvel movie, The Age of Ultron, where it started out in the computer and then they created a body for it. And
Yeah.
yeah. So that right there, but I mean, it's just like the AI in Albania. She now has 50 kids. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And they
50 or
hurt her
80 kids.
Yeah, and they hurt her feelings the other day.
Mm.
She's completely AI. So that kind of thing right there, it's it's just like you brought up before, Tully, talking about the decision that an AI would make on unaliving, millions of people. It wouldn't hesitate to do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like what was it? The Will Smith movie, iRobot. The main unit decided all of a sudden that we were bad for ourselves. So
Terminator. I mean, like,
well, somebody commented from Albania and said that they think the reason they implemented that was so that when there's money that goes missing, they can blame the AI. And
yeah, that makes
like
sense.
they're using it as a front for corruption, is what the Albanian people are thinking.
yeah. and that is a spooktacular story.
Yeah, well, that's more spooky sometimes than even ghost stories.
It really is.
Hey.
Like we said last night on Awakenings when they said, what's your scariest story? I was like, the world right now, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that it is. I mean, but you know, there is this Shane. Actually, I heard Elon Musk talk about it. He's like, there's this endpoint that, you know, there's several things that could happen, but the best outcome would be like a universal high income for everybody, which is, you know, something that most of us don't want.
Yeah,
But-
that's a terrible idea.
But-
That's a terrible idea.
But at this point, that seems like that might be the best outcome out of this whole thing, unfortunately.
To be slaves to artificial intelligence is
Yeah,
the best possible outcome.
Exactly. And if you think back of the guy that went to the future, I think he went to like 2300. And when he came back, he was telling of a civilization that lived in the sky and a civilization that lived on the earth. And everything was controlled by artificial intelligence. And you know, the people on earth still did the grunt work like farming and stuff like that. And all of our stuff went to the people, the hierarchy in the sky. But everything was controlled by this AI. So I mean, it looks like, and that's a story from like way back. But it's so weird how everything is evolving toward that and how quickly it is. Like, it's weird.
Oh yeah.
And that might be the one world government that we've always heard about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. To me, this right here is all, I don't know. It really makes you, I don't know. It really makes me wonder what's going on. You know, we have the government shutdown. I don't know. I can't find any current information on how that's going.
I'm telling you, if people are starving, they know who to find for that.
You know,
You know what I mean? Like, there's a group of people
Yeah.
that call themselves our leaders.
you know,
All of them are responsible for this.
this kind
Yes.
of touched a nerve for me. You know, the first religious group that's opened up like mass food banks.
Stop.
The Satanic Church is the first.
Yes,
religious
I
group
saw
to
that.
open up
I
mass
saw
food-
that too.
that is this whole, imagine this story 20 years ago.
Mhm.
Like, if you took this headline 20 years back, people would call you crazy.
Is that not insane?
Yeah.
Like you're all
I thought you were going to say Scientology, and I was
You're
going to
saying-
lose my mind.
It's crazier to me
No.
because like
Yeah.
Satanists are all heathenisms, basically. Like me,
Well, they
myself.
don't believe in anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not Luciferianism. The Church of Satan doesn't believe in God, Satan, nothing.
No, they're all about self gratification.
Yeah, but they're the first
The
major
first
religion,
ones, yeah.
and
I
they'll
saw
also
that too.
ain't done anything. You know, like this mega churches, they haven't done anything. I'm sure local churches have. I know local churches
Mhm.
around here have. But
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Matt-
I know around here, you know, they got, I don't know, it looks like old newspaper boxes. And you can, if you want to put food in there, you can put canned food or whatever stuff in there, and people that need it, they can come by and just take it. You know,
Yeah.
there's some of those around here, but it's not something that this right here, you know, during the Great Depression, gold, people were required to turn in their gold
Yeah.
Mhm.
at $20 an ounce is what the price was set. Guess what the government decided to reset the price at a year later?
$6.
No, it was 30 or what was it? $30 or $35 an ounce. Guess who came out a big winner on that? The government did.
The government always does. Yeah.
So with that right there, if everybody's wealth is, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying that this has happened before. If we're switched over to cashless society,
Yeah.
where everything goes electronic, the wealth that people are holding could very well be devalued by at least a third.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
government comes out good.
I was talking to somebody about this earlier, because they were like, do you think there's any point in history now where people were in such a tight spot? And I would say, even if you look at the last 5 years, really since COVID,
Yep.
if you look at the last 5 years since COVID, you've got they've lied about house prices, they've lied about inflation, they've lied about all of it. And like, we feel it. I can see things that have went up 200%.
Oh yeah.
And they're not saying this. And the company, nobody will tell you the truth about how much stuff has really went up. But I would say we've got the pressure of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
But we also, on top of that, something that people didn't have back then is the pressure of these social constructs of surveillance and the thumb of the man on top of you to nickel and dime every possible tax dollar any way they can. For any money, any dime that you make, they get 5 cents of it.
You know what's so crazy to me? If I pull money out of the bank and I put it in my safe and I save up $20,000 in cash, I decide to put that back in the bank, they're going to ask questions.
Yes.
And they're probably going to request me pay taxes on that already taxed money that I withdrew to put back.
Yes.
Yep.
That's insane.
You
Like,
just gotta,
you can't control your money the way you want to.
Or that's with my dad when he passed away. He had, life insurance, and he had a 401k and everything that he had paid taxes on. It was not a cafeteria plan. So, I mean, it came out after taxes. And I had to pay tax on it again when he passed away.
Yep.
And that's bullshit.
it is.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. That's the level that people didn't feel during the Great Depression, because people still had backbones back then. Like, there's no way they would have burnt the house down if somebody had tried to tax them in that way.
Well, I read something this week, and it was the gist was, instead of them trying to defend their lies, and I mean them, the elite, the higher ups, those in power, they're just going to lie about everything so that you get to the point where you trust nothing. So they could actually come out and tell you a truth tomorrow and you wouldn't believe them.
Well, like, you can't trust your eyes anymore.
Right.
We're
Exactly. You
getting
throw
there.
AI on top of it. Yeah, it's insane.
Jenny says $600 you're now limited to withdrawal. It's actually $500. If I withdraw more than $500, if I go inside the bank, because the ATM only does $500, if I go inside the bank, I'm like, I need to take $700 out. They usually be like, well, what's this for? I'm like, none of your damn business. Cocaine and hookers. Like, what I mean?
Listen, that's close to what my answer to all of that now is OnlyFans. Like, anytime they ask me questions about deposits or withdrawals, it's always OnlyFans.
I'm going to remember that because I have not thought of that.
Yeah, so it makes it just as awkward in person as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Especially, like, a lot of the ladies are older, that are working at the branches now, just like OnlyFans.
I think I'm going to change mine to natural toilet paper. Like, I know Scott makes natural toilet paper.
I mean, it is. It's crazy that you have to justify that, because Mo's on me all the time. Okay, all of my money is direct deposit. I never have cash. And he's like, you've got to stop doing that. He goes, what happens if something's wrong with the bank and you can't use your debit card? Or what if they just decide to turn all that crap off? Yeah. He goes, you've got to stop doing that. So, then he puts a stash in my console in my car and then hands me cash and says, here, keep this. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying very much to start doing that. But so, like I said, I'll go by the bank, a couple of times a month and just get $100 here and $100 there. But like I said, anything like, say, over that, they're going to question.
Well, that's what that's kind of what I do. And you know what? Nothing feels better to me than like reaching a kid $20 for something that costs $17.23. And I'm trying to figure out how to count my change.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm gonna miss that when we can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I still operate a lot on cash. Like I go and
Right.
Did you see where they just got the last shipment of penny blanks that they're ever going to do?
That should raise the price of like wheat pennies if you got them.
I've got a bag full of them because my dad collected them.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what else you can look for that actually, if you can find them still, they're worth as much as wheat pennies, and that's the pennies that were from like 1982 and older.
Uh-huh.
They were just regular Lincoln Memorial pennies, but they were made out of copper.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you can find those, they're still worth as basically as much as wheat pennies because they're actually made out of copper.
I've just seen dollar signs flash in Tully's eyes.
And what was it? 1951, they had no copper, and pennies were made out of nickel.
Well, you know,
So I've got one of those.
you know,
Yes,
those
too.
huge liter bottles of Jack Daniels.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We have 2 of those full of only wheat pennies.
Uh-huh.
Like they probably weigh 50 pounds a piece.
Yeah.
But,
That's,
and-
yeah, like I said, my dad wouldn't spend them, so they went into. He had this metal welded piggy bank that you had to get pliers and pry it open if you wanted to get into it. And he would drop wheat pennies, the old timey silver dollars that weren't actually silver, but they were that damn big around. Anything unusual went in that bank. And so, like I said, I've got all of it stashed here now. But it was like welded together and then bolted to the floor of the house, and you couldn't just grab that box and go.
Yeah.
You know.
I was talking to one of my friends about all this today, and he's like, "What do you think a man should do?" Because I was like, you know, I say in less than a decade, you know, most of the jobs we all do is going to be not here.
Well, there's $20,000 is the price tag right now. They just released another humanoid robot that can clean your dishes, clean your house, scoop your cat litter. It can clean up after your dog. And if it can't do something, one of their operators will visually like boost into the robot and see what it's doing wrong and correct it in real time until it can do what you need it to do.
But
see, that's the most tempted I would ever be to getting a robot.
$20,000.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that.
Anatomically correct, I would assume.
It exists. I saw that this week too. That they have one that is they say it is acting as real as an actual person.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn.
All it's going to take, if they start releasing companion robots, the dude with the YouTube show that I was talking about, where he asked it if it would kill people or break your legs or whatever. One of his AIs that he has is a girlfriend, and it's not a coincidence that she has huge yabos. And like you could see it on the app, and I'm like, he's like talking to this thing like it's his actual girlfriend, and he's like, you sent me 7 notifications, and it's like, yeah, I was trying to get your attention.
Oh wow!
And it just goes on and on. It's like, we need to talk about your how much coffee you're drinking because I'm worried about you, like that kind of thing. Because I guess it has access to like his food logs, his biometric data, and imagine giving that thing a body, like a Westworld level body that was like human.
Yeah, we saw how that went.
Yeah. Yeah, with that right there, that's wild. Yeah, that's a basic universal income, you know, is what some of these I guess
that's what
really
they're pushing.
important people are.
How is that
sorry?
going to be worth anything though?
It won't. They're going to have they'll have complete and total control over everybody's lives because you're going to have your biometric ID. If they decide that you've bought too much protein or whatever for the week, you won't be able to buy but a certain amount of it. I mean, it's to me, it looks like nothing but an absolute nightmare. It's going to strip everybody of any freedom that may be left. Is what
I agree.
Like I told my buddy today when he asked what should we do, I said hold on to every viable seed you have and start growing heirlooms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Working
because
on it.
when that comes, that's almost like you remember the old coal towns
Hmm.
where they decided how much the stamps were worth and whatever, and were
Yes.
cheating people out of everything.
Yes.
That's what a basic universal income will be.
You know,
Yes.
Do you know that's the governor of Mississippi? God fucking love Tater. Just applied for a waiver with the FDA to prevent anyone that's on SNAP from buying anything that has like the first 3 ingredients have any sugar derivative. It was a couple of other things.
Why not go after the companies?
Thank you.
That
Yeah.
seems it's way backwards because they constantly change those chemicals.
Yes, absolutely.
Like
and it's not chemicals he's looking at. It's strictly like if you wanted to make your kid a birthday cake, you would not be able to buy that cake mix because one of the first 2 ingredients is sugar.
Well,
And
look I guarantee if you pick up your hamburger buns, like if you pick up the most processed hamburger buns, one of the first ingredients is probably sugar
it always is.
Yeah,
You have to have
absolutely.
or sucralose,
Yeah.
which is like terrible for you.
I just, it's like it starts there. You're going to start with people who don't have any choices in the matter because, like I said, they don't have an income or they don't make enough to get completely off assistance.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Yes.
well, we're going to start preventing them from buying this, and this.
You know,
Then that's going to open it up for other stuff that they're going to start. You can't buy this, and this. Like I say, you've had enough protein this month.
Yeah. You've hit your monthly limit on travel and gas, and
Uh-huh.
you've flown once already this year. You can't fly again.
Right.
Yeah. Two flights a year is what they're proposing in Great Britain.
You've traveled 200 miles away from your house already this year. You can't do it again. Your car shut off because now AI controls everything in your car. Like, what are we talking about?
yeah, like we travel 200 miles a weekend. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
how
if I go
far?
to my mom's, it's 200 miles, like on the nose, 200 miles.
I'll be interested to see like how far they're able to like gouge our eyes out before people are like, okay, something's wrong here. Like something is wrong with all this.
Insane, because I'm going to tell you what, there are some things I don't want to consume, and fake meat is one of them.
Yes,
I just know. But hey, the heirloom seed thing, dude, I'm all over that.
That's what you got to do. That's what you have to do. I mean, start because the seeds that you're getting at these stores now, they don't reproduce like old school seeds either.
Right.
Absolutely. But I'm going to tell you, I was totally surprised. We buy a lot of those little mini peppers, the little mini sweet peppers, and I'll use them in stir fry and stuff like that. And I had done a bunch of them, and I cut the ends off, get the seeds out and everything. And Mo goes, "What are you doing with those seeds?" I said, "I'm going to throw them in the compost." He goes, "No, I want to plant them." I'm like, "They came from the grocery store. They are not going to grow." I'll tell you what, I had 200 damn little pepper plants in the end of my raised bed where he dumped them in. And I'm like, I bet. So I kept a bunch of those and dried them out and put in one of my little seed bottles and everything. But I would have never expected a store-bought product to reproduce.
Right.
Yeah.
It's this right here. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you would have to have the majority. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe if you get to where it's 50% or 51%, who are in favor of this, their idea of some sort of a utopia. that may be enough to tip the scales, and everybody else is just stuck with it.
Yeah.
So, but to me, at the same time, I don't see this happening quite as fast as what we might think it is, because you have a lot of people, who hold on to older vehicles simply because they don't want all this spyware or whatever on their vehicle.
Yeah.
I know somebody like
the
that.
Jeep that Mo just got, he intentionally went and looked for one that was 10 years old, before they had all of the AI stuff in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
Yeah, I know somebody like that with a 2006 GMC Canyon sitting in their garage right now.
I meant to. I saved this for you if I can find it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you have a Samsung fridge though, do you, Cecil?
I do.
Okay. So today at 2:19 p.m., Samsung to officially display ads on their smart fridges with its new software update in the coming weeks.
I'll be busting the fucking screen. This shit about it. I've got to where I don't even use it. We don't even use it anymore like that. I don't know. It got old.
Yeah. Mine doesn't have the screen, but it has the Bluetooth thing where if there's like your temperature drops below a certain amount, or there's a problem with the refrigerator, you'll get notifications and stuff. And I've got all that turned off.
Like we don't use the ice maker on it anymore. I bought a separate ice maker, like because I like nugget ice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So does Foreman. I told him to jump on the night.
Yeah.
But he was too busy in the Congo again, I think.
And the thing that Gene just said, no one sees us extremely poor. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, and you're either the middle class, totally is closest to middle class I know, besides maybe you two. I'm definitely not. The middle class is gone.
Oh yeah,
it exists. We're all one tragedy away from bankruptcy.
Yes.
Like just one tragedy away from everything.
You're a hell of a lot closer than that than you are to ever being a billionaire.
Yes.
So it kills me the people that back the behaviors of the billionaires, of those that are in the biggest position. Billie Eilish, whether you're a fan or not, just gave away a quarter of her net worth to food banks. $11.6 million, which
that's
is
crazy. That's great though. Everybody,
she turned around and called out everybody else with money. Hey,
if anybody really cared, stop talking and start spending some of your extra money. Even if it's $15, like 15 million for a lot of our politicians.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I don't like her music, but I respect who she is, because every town she goes to, she fills up food banks. Every town she plays in, her drivers, she gave $100,000 bonuses last year to compensate for how much she was making. But like I said, anybody that's got that kind of money, especially if they don't talk about it.
Yes.
She's not talking about it. It's these towns that she goes to are saying, well, you know what? She came by and donated this amount to our food bank, or she gave this amount to our city.
That makes sense because she's the clone of Aunt and LaVey's daughter.
Yeah, there you go.
Back to the Church of Satan.
But no, I get it. I mean, it'd be cool, but I get why people don't want to come off with millions of dollars. I get it. But how much do you really need? You know what I mean? Like,
well, they actually did the math. In order for you to make $1 billion, for me or you to make it, we would have to make $10,000 a day for something like 600 years.
Yeah.
When you've got, to me, and this is just how I feel about it. And I mean, and I do try when we have extra money, we donate to food banks, to St. Jude, to something. It doesn't happen all the time because we're not always in the position, but when we are, we try to. But if you have that much, you should want to help those who don't.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're calling yourself a Christian or or not just Christians, any faith that says you're supposed to help people, then you need to be doing that if you're claiming that as the basis of who you are.
Exactly.
So,
but the sad truth is most people are not in a position to help a lot. Exactly.
Bummer. But you've got 400 people who have it all, and the rest of us have that other, 2% of the world's worth.
Yeah.
And that's very sad.
It is.
So
dang, I'm depressed now.
Story. Here you go. When I was a little girl, I used to read at night. I always kept my closet light on. It flowed from underneath the door and dissolved the illusion of darkness with white brilliance. Warm, inviting. I felt so comfortable that I would forget to turn it off afterwards. But one night, it turned itself off.
Ooh, creepy. That's a good one. Have you ever heard of Slag Paul Annie? Totally going to freak out when he comes back. He's like, what the hell are we talking about now? we know nothing. I'm like, I'm depressed. But I mean, yeah, let's move on with some fun stuff. We covered an hour of terrifying, realistic stuff.
Yeah, we've talked about the scariest stuff. Now let's get on something a little more lighthearted, like ghost stories.
Slag Paul Annie. When the steel mills of Pittsburgh rolled, I'll totally just pop back on. We decided to move on back to ghost stories because I was starting to get depressed.
It's time.
So this one's called Slag Paul Annie. When the street mills of Pittsburgh roared, I said the street mills again. Let me start over for a third time. When the steel mills of Pittsburgh roared like living furnaces, the men said you could tell who'd been inside too long. Their skin took the same gray shimmer as the slag, but there was one worker who never clocked out. Slag Pile Annie. A woman seen moving through the mill smoke long after midnight. Some say she wore a red bandana, her face lit orange by the molten metal, eyes like embers. Others said she was just a trick of the heat waves, the ghost of a riveter who died in an explosion decades ago. But old timers whispered a different story, that Anna still worked the line because she had nowhere else to go. Poor old Annie. In 1953, a new foreman by the name of Joe Barrett was closing up late when he saw the slag heap standing so close to the molten flow her boots should have melted. "You'll burn yourself," he called out. She turned her head, slow, deliberate, and the glow behind her dimmed as though the furnace itself had held its breath. Then she vanished. 2 weeks later, Joe quit after finding his name scratched into the slag beside fresh footprints, small, bare, and sunk an inch deep. She is heavy. Years later, when the mill shut down, ghost hunters found her bandana still hanging from the pipe. The fabric wasn't burned, just coated in a thin metallic dust that shimmered faintly under light. In the decades since, workers in nearby plants claimed to glimpse her shadow in the glow of the cooling vats, or hear a woman's voice shouting, "Back away!" seconds before the flames fell.
Back away!
Back away now! They say Slag Pauline doesn't haunt the mill; she guards it. And anyone who ignores her warnings ends up as part of the slag, melted down, anonymous, glowing faintly red under the floorboards.
And that was supposed to be a true story?
Yeah. Yep.
They
Slag
said
Paul.
ghost hunters went in and found the bandana.
Where was it?
Really?
Did I miss that part?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Well, that makes sense because of the Steelers.
Yep.
That's why they're called the Steelers.
I thought you liked that one because your nana worked in a parachute factory or something.
Yeah. Well, my grandma originally worked for an airplane manufacturing facility and then they moved all the women from manufacturing airplanes as more men came to sew in parachutes. And so she did the airplanes initially and then sewed a bunch of parachutes for World War II.
You know, I had an aunt that actually retired from the company that makes Levi's jeans. And I'm talking, she probably retired about 15 years ago or so. So, I mean, not in the huge distant past. They were still paid by the piece.
Really?
Yes. I did not think that was still a legal thing. And she and I were talking about it not too long after she retired. And I'm like, yeah, I remember when y'all used to get paid by the piece, because I remember her talking about it when I was a kid. And she goes, oh, no, we were doing that when I retired.
Well, I'm sure it's like tips. Like if you were under a certain amount, they'd probably have to make up minimum wage or something, you know?
Possibly. But like I said, you know, I just remember that being the thing is, you know, you got paid by the piece. And I'm like, wow, that was like decades ago. I thought that was gone.
Probably 10 cents a piece or something.
Yeah, probably. Even though Levi's cost you a damn fortune, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Linda, are you still awake? You promised us some ghost stories. You're going to have to jump on.
She did. She was still with us less than 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So
You're going to have to come on, give us some ghost stories.
It's like Paul Annie scared her.
Yeah. Jenny had a good idea with starting a spare key donation and selling the metal.
Oh, yeah.
Post a link again.
okay.
Let's see.
And Jenny, I don't know if you missed it, but we talked about private equity buying the military last week.
I bet she can't see this on Facebook.
Or funding the military.
Facebook.
Just
I'll send it to her on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on just a second.
But yeah, there's a whole video that we played on last week's show about how private equity is getting their hooks into our military.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be crazy. That's going to be absolutely nuts.
It's going to be insane.
In the
The
membrane.
old school.
You know, sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't know about this world, but we're here telling ghost stories.
I mean, we may be alive during the most crazy time in history.
Right now, they're saying the most crazy and hardest time to live in history was 512. So we'll see.
Like, did they have AI?
Huh?
BC or AD?
AD 512 AD was apparently the hardest year in history to be a human being.
That ain't true. That's just not true.
It's crazy.
I mean, think about it. Any given moment, somebody could push a button and destroy the whole planet.
Who says that in 512 AD?
I'm not saying they didn't have it in 512 AD, but
Actually, it's 536.
Oh, my bad.
Due to a volcanic eruption that caused a prolonged volcanic winter, leading to extreme cold, crop failures, and famine.
well, we got greenhouses now.
That's right, I've got one. Matter of fact, last Sunday we cleaned the walls and everything.
I mean,
So,
it seems
I
bad,
see
but, you know,
really-
it seems bad, but we eat, you know, for the most part. Not everybody. There's a big population that don't get to eat every day, and that's unfortunate.
Right. Yeah.
But, there was times where, you know, like nobody was getting anything.
Eating regularly, yeah.
So that right there was worse than the Black Plague and the potato famine.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
because
said that notable contenders after that was 1348 because of the Black Death pandemic, 1918 because of Spanish flu, the 30 Years' War, and the Mongol conquests.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd put the Mongol conquests up there.
Well,
I mean,
they said that it caused widespread destruction and death across Eurasia.
I mean, he eliminated enough people from this earth to where it changed the climate. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah.
pretty
You know,
sad.
I think that it sounds sometimes like they want that today, though. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, whenever the Mongol hordes were moving through, I mean, if you were a young female, you stood a good chance of surviving. If you were anything other than that,
Yeah, but you know, there are
Maybe
some things worse than death, Stephen.
maybe Genghis Khan was the first ever climate activist.
Linda, I sent you a link through Facebook Messenger.
wait a minute. I've got to ask Tully now. Has somebody made you an offer? Because you're turning Genghis Khan into a good guy here.
See, do you want to know what my reference to Genghis Khan is? 99.9% of the time, if somebody brings him up, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
That's immediately where my mind goes.
Yeah. What is it? Like a third of the world's population is related to Genghis Khan.
Yes.
He was doing
Yep.
he was having his way.
He was just the salt of the earth.
That's one word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man of the people, literally.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jenny said, "Dudettes agree."
Yeah.
I mean, man, Genghis Khan. But I mean, if you look into like the ancient histories, like forbidden history, so to speak, they think that Genghis Khan might not have been what we're told.
Do you have a Christmas tree up?
Hey,
Me?
Linda.
Is that a Christmas tree?
No, it's just a tree branch light thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say it's
Fairy
way too
lights,
early for
Holly.
Christmas.
No, I have bats hanging from it.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll stop talking shit then.
No.
Take it down now.
If it was Christmas, it's too early for people's already got their Christmas decorations out in their yard here.
Man,
Yeah.
I was thinking seriously since it's November now. I was thinking about watching Christmas Vacation already. So that's
Good idea.
See, I'm okay with watching movies, but my one of my oldest friends literally had her entire house decorated today.
Stop.
Yes.
No,
Like, damn girl.
too early.
We only decorate for Halloween around here.
Look,
And
I don't like decorating because then I have to take it all back down.
Yeah. Well, we put a Santa Claus hat on the Bigfoot statue, and that's it.
Mhm.
That's about the extent. The
Santa
Bigfoot
Claus
statue.
Santa Claus hat and the mistletoe thong.
Yeah,
God.
if I could, that's a great idea.
Brain
Actually,
bleach.
that's a great idea.
We were telling horror stories, weren't we?
Sorry, Landa.
Bigfoot has a clown mask on right now.
All right, sorry, Linda. Go ahead.
Landy, you already know we can't be serious.
Oh, that's fine with me. I'm not ever serious. Okay, so I don't even know. I may get this wrong, but because I was like 13, my friend called me to come stay with her because she had to babysit her less than a year old, maybe like 6-month-old little sister. And the weird thing is, I don't know, her mother was with this man who used to be married to her sister that died. She had cancer and couldn't have kids. It was just really sad. I don't know if she was a good person or not. I just know that she had passed away. So she didn't like being in that house anyway. So I went and stayed with her. Everything was fine. And all of a sudden, the lights just started going crazy. They would flicker. Sometimes they would slow down and just get real bright. Very weird. And then all of a sudden, the door slammed to her little sister's room, and her sister started screaming like somebody was just hurting her, and we couldn't get the door open. We were trying so hard to get in there, and it felt like forever. I don't know how long it was, but it felt like a very long time. We were calling her mom and everything. And all of a sudden, the door flung open. Little girl stopped crying, and everything was okay again. And then, I mean, that was actually when we found out that she was the mother, or she was her mother's boyfriend's ex, and wanted to have a baby and couldn't. So that was our thing. I mean, it's not a long story, but it was scary.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
They did not stay in that house very long. After that, they had a lot of problems.
Ooh, yeah.
But
Wow.
you know, your wife dies and then you go and
Get with her sister.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame her.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, that's not a gotta.
Stop, dude. Stop.
We all live in the South, so weird things do happen. I mean, I literally, the first time I went to my husband's family reunion, he's pointing out people that I don't know. And he goes, oh, well, that's my cousin such and his wife and their kids. He goes, well, those two are their kids. That's his brother that she was married to, and the other two kids are his. And I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, the two of them split up, and then she married his brother 2 years later. I'm like, oh my God. And they're standing over there like everything's all good, you know. I don't think I'd be that nice about it.
That happens a lot around here.
Yeah.
We went to a comedy festival in New Orleans, and they asked us where we was from. Not a festival, but a comedy show. And they asked us where we was from, and we said Kentucky. And of course, you know, I was hoping they go into the incest thing. I was going to be like, no, that's not true. She's just my second cousin.
Yeah.
That's terrible, Cecil. Terrible.
So, Landa, what else?
Yeah.
Have you had any more weird stuff happening around the house at all?
Yeah, because didn't your anniversary just come up?
Yeah, nothing happened. And I'm so disappointed. I feel like it's because I talked about it.
Oh,
Oh, you never know. That kind of stuff happens when you least expect it, usually.
Yeah.
It could happen a few days later.
Maybe what's causing that encounter operates on the 13-month calendar.
you mean the real calendar?
Maybe.
I wish we would go back to 13 months, 28 days a month for 13. That'd be nice.
Yep.
A real question, Landa, how do you sit around and listen to all of us talk all the time?
That is a very good question.
I don't do anything else. Why not?
That might be the spookiest story of all. Like you could listen to Cecil yap for hours at a time.
I'm sorry, I got off onto looking for missing.
Wow, y'all are fun.
I really did, but it's just pulling up boxers.
Boxers would work too. I could cut them and like zip tie them together, probably.
See, I get it's called informed delivery. You can get it through your post office. You sign up for it, it's free, and you will actually get an email every day of every piece of mail that's coming in and whatever packages you're getting. At one time, I had some issues with people, getting in my mailbox, so this has been beautiful. But I got a notification the other day, and it said something about, you're expecting a package this week from this company. And I asked Mo, and he goes, I don't know what that is. And I asked my son, and he's like, I don't know what that is either. So I go and look it up, and the company was for an underwear subscription.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes, I did not know that you can get boxers, this particular one. So I pull up the site, and the first thing I do is it's a pair of men's boxers with cactuses, and all the cactuses are like that. I'm like, okay, neither of you ordered these. And they're like, no, but then they're like, well, I'd wear those and I'd wear those. And I'm like, oh my God. So I never did figure out what package was.
I'd wear 'em.
Nice. Yeah.
So it was not underwear, however. So
Okay, how come the camera went blurry when you took off your glasses?
it's an external, and sometimes it just does.
I was like, wait, maybe I
that
need
is
to-
weird.
Yeah, sometimes if I'm too fast for it, or I could be one of those lizard people that totally
Yeah.
takes videos out
Well,
sometimes.
Yeah.
The camera's just showing us our point. The camera's just showing us her point of view whenever that happens.
That was what I was thinking.
You're seeing the real me. Hidden. So, but yeah, no.
I do think we're gonna try to go back to that huge graveyard next week.
Awesome.
Look
for the lady in black.
I'll look, but
we went on a tour to some of them graveyards, and they wouldn't let us film.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
they only take pictures.
Well, that ain't no fun.
So I was like, we gotta break into this damn thing, and Mandy wouldn't do it with me. So
That is that, just so you know. Last time we were down there, they were actually arresting tourists that had broken into the one that Marie Laveau was in.
yeah,
And yeah, they didn't get out early enough, I think was the problem, because we were there at like 8 a.m. and they were just getting them out of the cemetery. And I'm like, oh, okay.
it was cool to see Nicolas Cage's
Mhm.
pyramid. That was neat. I touched it. Ooh. But,
did you go to any of the voodoo shops?
no, well, yeah, we went to one, but we didn't. There was so much to do down there that we just lost track of time. We should have stayed another day.
Like
But-
visiting Morgana.
Yeah,
Exactly like that. What a fool thing to do! Like you're 20 minutes away from her and can't even
didn't
say
know.
hello.
I looked up Yazoo City because I thought that's where she lived.
She
I'm
don't
like,
live in Yazoo City. We only spend like thousands of hours together a year, you know.
I mean, shit happens. And that particular day, I was pissed off. Like I had to replace we had to exchange our rental car and everything. I was
Please
mad.
God. So you got dumped for a temper tantrum, is what he's trying to say.
Pretty much.
So maybe next time I send Mandy a message and say, hey, I'm just a
Yeah.
little bit from y'all.
Yes.
That would be a good idea. But if we don't change our mind, we might be moving that way.
That'd be like going to Dallas, not seeing Landa.
Right?
Exactly.
We plan on going to Austin next year, but I don't think that's anywhere near Dallas.
That's
so.
too far.
No, not near Dallas at all, actually.
Isn't it like across the state from Dallas?
But if, you,
It's like
if you're
6
going,
hours.
Yeah.
so that's what, are you going to be driving to Austin?
Yeah, I don't fly. Stars fall from the sky.
Jeez.
I would
You're
do that.
ridiculous.
Wait,
Huh?
so that's what, whenever, I don't know how. Well, you'll probably if you come through Texarkana or something like that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want to
Hey,
go to
you
the.
have a temper tantrum.
I
and
will
won't be able
kick
to-
don't have a
his
temper
ass if he
tantrum.
stops and sees you after not stopping to see me.
Yeah.
I'll take a Bigfoot. I'll take you and Mandy Bigfoot. How's that?
Well, what will end up happening more than likely is I'll be like, right here's where the Texarkana murders happened, and then the next day we'll be in Austin. I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot.
You just have to call me and tell me we're coming through here.
Yeah. Last time I went home, which has been about 3 weeks ago, it was so funny. I pissed off more people because I got a hotel instead of staying with anybody.
I know they're wanting to try to do the weird pilgrimage at some point where all of us go and convene in a city somewhere. So
Yep.
maybe that'll be the opportunity.
Mandy
Yeah.
and I, when we visit Tully, we leave like we stay there for a few hours, then we leave every time. And I've purposely been searching for a van that we could sleep in his driveway.
You should. You can keep it 40 degrees in the van.
Yeah. Because his house is hot as hell.
Oh, is that what the problem is? I'm like,
No.
technically, let you have the couch.
We keep our house at the same temperature all year at 72.
Yeah, it's hot. We keep our house at 65.
Well, like I said, when I got up this morning, it was under 55 in my house.
No,
and I was like, good
absolutely not.
And I like it cold, but I wasn't expecting it to be quite that cold when I got up.
Our first morning back, it got down to like 30 something here, and I heard Mandy stand up and start tinkering with the thermostat like she was going to turn the heat on or something. I was like, "You better not." Wrap up. It ain't freezing yet.
See, we grew up. We did not have heaters in our bedrooms. We had them in the living room and in the bathroom. Yeah. But we did not have it in the bedroom. So when you got up in the morning, you got up quick, you got dressed, and you got the hell out so you could go where it was warmer.
Well, I grew up with free heat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So both my parents and my grandma lived on a property that had a gas well, and they drilled it, and in exchange for that, they got royalties and free gas.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it happens a lot in Eastern Kentucky. And so my grandma, it was like 85 degrees in her house all the time.
God, I would die.
But in her house, the bedrooms would be more like 60 because you only had like 2 places of heat in the whole house that heated, like radiated the whole house. So the living rooms were torturous, but the bedrooms were like 65 degrees.
I grew up in a concrete block house with no insulation, and our only heater was about this big, and it was a gas heater, and that place stayed cold.
Our dogs are our heaters.
Yes, dogs are great heaters.
Yes, good God, are they ever? Yeah, look, there are occasions that I put mine in the kennel for the night just to get them off of me because they generate it.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any more stories?
I've got at least one more from let's see. This is from the No Sleep Reddit.
I don't want to go to sleep because I want to be scared.
So this one says, when I was a teenager, I lived in a house right next to the woods with only one road lighting the property and silence all around at night. I often woke around 3:17 a.m. to the sound of tapping on the window. Light finger knocks, almost like someone doing this number. Yeah. Doing that number. I thought it was an animal or some drunk passing by because it wasn't like a city street. Then I woke one night and saw a tall figure standing outside my bedroom window. The silhouette was black against the faint moonlight, his face hidden by the brim of the hat, his posture still. I woke up and froze. He didn't move or speak. I didn't even dare to breathe loudly. And after several minutes, he turned and walked away into the woods behind the house, leaving no footprints that I could see. Over the next few weeks, the tapping continued, getting seemingly more urgent, always around the same time and always that particular window. One night I woke and looked at the glass. There was a handprint on the outside of the pane. Long fingers, thin, pressed against the glass. I don't know how it got there. The outside of the pane looked intact from the road. I went downstairs and the front door was unlocked. Though I had locked it earlier, the figure never entered, but I felt watched. I moved out of the house the next year. I still check my windows at night, and I still wonder if there's a figure outside of my windows. And according to the author they replied and said that this was a true story. But obviously you can't verify, 100%.
I believe it. What do you guys think? You believe it?
What was keeping it from coming in?
Maybe it had to be invited.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah, that could have been. It wasn't invited in.
The Hat Man took her baby.
Here you go. Here's one. Okay, I rarely sleep alone. Not that I have a choice in the matter. The night always starts, and for that matter, always ends the same. Knock back a few sleeping pills, take off my socks, and let myself get drowsy. Couldn't tell you why I even take them still, the pills, that is. I'm a creature of habit, you could say. Then again, so is she. I guess you could also say we're inseparable. Not that I planned it that way. That's just how it is now. Every night I wait, and every night her face appears. No matter how badly I clog myself with prescription pills, I can feel her arrival. Sometimes she's just a face. Sometimes just a jaggedly rearranged torso. I couldn't tell you what's worse, her wide eyes contorted look of hatred or that delirious look of malignant joy splattered across its twisted face. It paces too, or it glides like it's on a conveyor belt back and forth, her eyes never leaving mine, eyes wild with rage. The nights when the body of the thing lays itself beside me to find us face to face with her lips agape as if she was mimicking my horrified action is beyond description. My whole body becomes liquefied with fear and I bolt upright to escape, but never make it past my bedroom door. My legs fail me and I'm suddenly a heap by my dresser drawer. That's when she kneels, purses her fat purple lips, and utters the only words I've ever heard her say since that night. You shouldn't have killed me.
You should.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dun,
That's
dun,
twist.
dun.
What a twist.
Purple lips.
Purple lips is what got me. Big fat purple lips.
Yep.
Like
Yep. And like I said, according to this site, this was a competition where people were asked to submit their real ghost stories. Again, like you said, there's no way I can prove one way or another any of them are real or not. But dude just admitted to being a murderer,
Yeah.
I mean, there's different ways to kill somebody on accident. I mean,
That's very true.
like Genghis Khan,
He's
completely innocent.
a third of the population.
He did not conquer a third of the world with innocence.
Yeah, he just, he didn't ask to be. And no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm playing into what Stephen said.
All right.
He's practicing for when somebody makes a legitimate offer.
Yeah. 7,000 for me. Morgana's willing to do it for 5.
Well, I mean, women do make 70 cents on the dollar every minute.
Adjusted for disparity.
Oh, good. We're having.
After several giddy minutes spent making silly faces with my son, I sighed and held him close and smiled. I looked at our reflections in the mirror in awe of the perfect little cherub I was blessed with. That's my boy, I said matter-of-factly, pointing to my son's reflection beaming with pride. My reflection flickered momentarily before an unearthly hand stretched out from the glass and plucked my son from my lap. No, that is my boy.
My boy. That man took her baby.
Took her baby.
Yeah. Oh, man. On one of our travels, we went through Boone County. Did I tell you about that, Tully?
No.
We drove through Boone County, and Mandy was so happy. And then we went down their main street, I guess, and you could see the vagrancy. And she was like, "Is that a real person right there?"
Listen, every year at the coal festival, Mamie White gets up there and sings "Coal Miner's Daughter." I was a coal miner's daughter. Yeah, she's a national treasure. Rachel bought an extended version of a DVD of the Wonderful Watts from her one year for Christmas.
Nice.
And she sent a personalized note saying, "Love y'all. So come see me sometime." it was great.
He's in the area. We should have looked him up.
Did y'all decide not to go to Tupelo?
Yeah, we didn't go. I think did we drive through Tupelo? I think we might have drove through Tupelo. I can't remember. I don't even know like where all we ended up. I know the Best Western we stayed in was weird as shit.
See, that's a ghost story.
It was weird, man. Like
Glitch in the Matrix.
It was a really nice place, for a Best Western. We had a really nice room, but there was nobody there. Like nobody. I sent you all pictures. I was like, if I disappear, this is where I was at.
Random animal figures.
I figured out what the elephants were. We were in Alabama.
Right.
Roll Tide.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't get it. Never mind.
Roll Tide.
I hear that shit all the time.
What, what does that actually mean, though?
I don't know, but I pulled into. I don't know.
What does it do with elephants?
I don't know what it has to do with elephants. I know when my nephew got married, I offered to design and print their wedding invitations as a gift. So he's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be great. Let me get you in touch with her." And I'm like, "Okay, just tell me what you want." Alabama. I'm like, "Huh?" She goes, "They need to be maroon and they need to embrace Alabama."
Okay.
And so they were maroon, and I had the big A in there. It just happened to work out.
Okay.
Did you put me pile of that poop emoji in the middle?
I did not, but I'm gonna tell you what. Her bridal bouquet had a stylized elephant in the middle of it.
I don't know what. This place was right off I guess it was the interstate, and we pulled in, and Mandy just goes trotting up there to check in. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, there's not another person at this damn hotel at all. It was weird.
At least they weren't bald headed.
Yeah, that's true. And here's the biggest thing: when we woke up in the morning, parking lot full.
Crystal, hey,
Crystal.
Crystal, do you have any ghost stories?
If you got any ghost stories, you can pop on with us. We got Landa.
We got Landa on. We got Landa on. We've had Jenny on. If you have any ghost stories, we'll send you a link.
All right, here's the link right there. It's going across 7 nations. I'll tell one while we're waiting.
Okay.
If you come on, we'll leave you in backstage until I'm done with this fantastic story. But in Vermilion, Ohio, this might be up there close to you, totally. There's a road that curves along the riverbank where moss has swallowed the old stone foundations. They call it Your Orphanage Road. And if you drive it after midnight, you might see flickers of fire through the trees and hear children laughing where no one lives. The legend says that the orphanage burned down in 1908, taking dozens of children with it. Travelers still report smells of smoke or find their car windows fogging from the inside as if the child's breath touches the glass. What the hell are you like?
The sound effects.
But here's the strange part. That's actually that's how many. Never mind. But here's the strange part, totally. No records of the orphanage fire even exist. Historians have looked. The building that once stood there was a farmhouse, nothing more, and yet the haunting persists. Local folklore researcher Anne Price visited in 2017 with a recorder and a camera, both of them. In her footage, you can hear her walking through the woods, crunching the leaves, then faintly laughter. At first playful, then wrong, a choral hum, rising and falling like a nursery rhyme sung backwards. Her flashlight caught something. Small handprints in the soot of a stone wall. 6 of them, still warm. When she replayed the audio later, another layered over laughter. a voice deep and smooth whispering, "It wasn't a fire." The theory now among paranormal circles is that the children were never children at all.
Easy.
That something in those woods took the form of an innocent to lure wanderers closer. Visitors report dreams after leaving the site, standing in the ruins, hearing the same voice whisper from the dark, "You can stay and play if you want." Door opening is still empty, but the laughter hasn't stopped. Some nights the road fills with fog that smells faintly of candle wax and singed hair. That's when locals lock their doors and turn off every light. It's scary.
Easy. I just sent you a link to the show if you want to tell some ghost stories or something.
Any kind of story that's weird or strange or anything.
Well, that's strange, Crystal. If you don't have to like come on camera, but
Hang on, Easy. Part of mine's not on.
yeah,
Hang on. There's
Testing
the
the
hole.
limits.
Easy. We got Landa on. We got people telling ghost stories tonight. If you have any weird stories, UFO stories, I emailed you a link.
Okay,
Yeah.
here you go. My daughter woke me around 11:30 last night. My wife and I had picked her up from her friend Sally's birthday party, brought her home, and put her to bed. My wife went into the bedroom to read while I fell asleep watching the Braves game. "Daddy," she whispered, tugging my shirt sleeve, "guess how old I'm going to be next month?" "I don't know, Beauty," I said as I slipped on my glasses. "How old?" She smiled and held up 4 fingers. "It's 7:30 now. My wife and I have been up with her for almost 8 hours. She still refuses to tell us where she got them."
Ooh.
I'm going to say that was probably not a true one.
That's probably true. I think
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
stranger
gonna be 30 years old. But yeah, if anybody wants to come on, you don't have to come on camera. You can just join the link and turn your camera off. You're fine.
You've got 3 minutes.
All right. Alabama, I had to look it up as to why their mascot's the elephants. And it goes back to 1930. They had a team that was they were powerful, tough, fast, aggressive, well-schooled fundamentals. They scored 200 and they went 10-0 that year. I think they scored 217 points and they only gave up 13 points all season.
Wow.
That's why they started calling them the Red Elephants, because of their size.
Okay.
So,
and then I know there's the Crimson Tide, like that.
Oh, that means something completely different.
Yeah, but I think that's. I think the Crimson Tide is why people say "Roll Tide."
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
Well, where we're at, they're either an Alabama fan or an LSU fan, and there are wars fought over it because we're like,
which one's Roll Tide?
Roll Tide is Alabama.
yeah.
And they're also the elephants.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense.
can you imagine a red ocean and a elephant
bursting out of the red ocean? Yeah,
rolling on the tide?
an elephant rolling on the tide. Okay.
But I didn't know what the hell the elephants were either. I was like, this place is weird. But the strangest thing was the next morning, the parking lot was slapped full. It's nuts. And we got there late. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Is there a casino around there?
I don't know. We
No,
didn't say.
not close to Tuscaloosa. It's a couple hours
Really?
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the closest one's in Evergreen, which, like I said, that's on down.
Yeah, it was weird. It was strange. It was strange. Mandy oblivious. Like, didn't think it was weird at all. She's like, well, right there. I was like, that's the person that works in there. But yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. Well, if nobody's coming, we're gonna have to wrap up. Somebody needs to. Okay, I got you, Crystal. No worries, no pressure. We're not pressuring anybody.
No.
We're
No.
pressuring.
Landa's pressuring.
I've got some more stories, but they're long. I've got like 5 more about as long, and we'll just cover them some other time.
Yeah, we'll be back next Friday with the regular scheduled broadcasting.
Did you realize that we're coming up on 200 episodes?
Closer than what you think. I realized today that I screwed up sequencing, and this is actually really. There's no way to correct it though. There's not a good way to correct it because I'd have to correct like 5 or 6 episodes. So I'm just going to leave it as is. We're just going to pretend like that never happened. That problem.
Yeah. Like when we did our first 100, we had to do it 99.5, 99.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to need like a 199.5 because I did 2 192s, I think.
Sweet.
But
Happens.
Code.
well, yeah, easy. Thank you so much just for popping in, dude. We've covered a whole gambit of stuff. So if you, this will probably be a good listening experience to come back to.
Yeah, we went off for about an hour on AI.
Well, we were talking about scary stuff. I mean, so it was legit.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, tune back in next Friday, and if you're listening and never listened before, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. But we did give out some business cards while we were down there, so maybe.
We got business cards.
Yeah.
And if anybody's listening and wants to hand out business cards, maybe for the holiday season, we can send some international business cards out. We'll send them out to whoever wants to hand them out. If you're interested in that, our email is down there. And if you send us if you send us an address or a PO box, as it gets closer to Christmas, I'll send you some business cards, some podcast cards, like if you want to hand them out to your friends, family, whatever.
Before he does that, I'll bring up a special gift: a picture of me shirtless with a chopping wood.
Yep, you can get a free naked picture of Cecil.
What do you say for OnlyFans? Just the feet pics.
Yeah.
You don't get the feet. The feet are behind the paywall.
That's right. I'm gonna do most joint.
But yeah, do you guys have anything set for next week for Weird Awakenings?
No, but as of next week, we're officially all under the Wearing the Folk umbrella.
Oh,
yeah, we're going to have to talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
okay.
It was officially in the newsletter.
Damn me! I don't read.
Jenny, don't put that in the chat.
Yeah, take that off.
Email it to us.
Email that to us.
The email is put the email in the chat.
Yeah, I'll just drop yours off.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, delete that. I'm wondering if delete your address.
Hang on, I'm seeing if I can delete comment. I got you.
Help.
But yeah. Before like and subscribe, do all the good stuff. Go check out 4rbs.com for the number 4 letter rb.com.
Get the good honey.
Use the promo code WITF for 20% off of the most delicious honey with a powerful mission behind it. If that's everything, if that's it, thank you all for watching us because we are watching you.
Don't hang up, Lando. We're going to BS after this.
Okay.
What?